Uh, I'm back, and so are you, apparently. Uh, I am going to be working on more Gitstore 2. As usual, the window is open because it is super hot in Cape Town, South Africa. And so you may hear someone mowing their lawn, which is not conducive to silence on stream, but then again, neither is the music. And I would rather listen to that than melt. So when we last left off, that's not where I wanted to see. That's not what I wanted to see, nor that. Oh, none of this is what I wanted to see. That's where I wanted to be. So when we last left off, this was actually more or less in a state like store 2, like this plans page. I uploaded our latest changes before I started working on this like an hour ago, or hour or two ago, and where we were is that this right hand side wasn't associated with any specific clan, and so tonight I want to carry on trying to achieve that. At the same time, I broke it. This right hand column here, there's a little bit of magic that's getting it to this background color to extend all the way to the bottom and still not mess around with the responsive styling. But then Sean has done some great design where this vertical color is actually broken up, and I was having troubles achieving that with this approach. So I am going to try something markedly different tonight, and this is where this starts to come into effect. For that purpose, I am going to try and use blade components. So I've got a left column, I need to do a right column. There's a lot of, in order to get these things to behave like this, I actually need to put the left-hand column and the right-hand column and the container that separates them into each wizard step to do that well. So there's a lot of repetition that would be there, and I think to try and get rid of some of that repetition using blade components is a really good idea. So if I look at this customize page, for instance, I've got lots of this kind of mess that I want to refactor so that it sits within the components. To start with, I have this container flex col, which I want to stick in here, in this container component here. And slot is how we get the child data of this. So now, how do I want to make this? I want to make it so that it's a column on mobile, that the left and the right sit underneath each other on mobile. But the moment you're on a wider screen, I want to make this a row so that it's left column and right column. Or for you, I guess it's left column, right column in the camera because I'm looking at it reversed. So, okay, this is fine. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to be practical. Because I need to get this color to shift all the way to the bottom right hand side, this has to be the right hand side, this background color has to be the right hand side of the whole page. So I don't know if I want to just reshuffle this quickly because I'm having trouble seeing my sources and the chat in case messages hit there. So I don't know if I can make this a container straight up. I think it's probably going to be best if I do something like this and width full. Probably something like this instead. I'll have to align or justify stuff so that it stretches. And I might want to start this off at H screen, but that expands beyond that point. So if I use this first and foremost to replace this component, components, do I need to do that component prefix? No idea. Components, container, end component, and get rid of this last div. Okay, what does this look like? Not bad. Not the worst. Not the worst it could be. But this doesn't stretch out for some reason. That's probably because this background color is on this column. I don't actually know why. I don't actually know why that's happening. Cool. So H screen. Okay, let's inspect this and see what that container looks like. I'm guessing... So there is this MX Auto, which I need to get rid of. Show wizard, show wizard. Yeah. I need to take all this stuff out of the container that it's sitting in. So I'll do this. What I'll do is I'll also move the debugging info out to an include. The difference between components and includes being ever murky here. So let's take this out. Ooh, debut. This is debug. Oh, no, I've gotten rid of it again. Here we go. Maybe I can make the screen a bit smaller here. Great, I think that'll work. Okay, so we've got our debugging in here. I've stripped away a lot of this because I don't think it's all necessary. So here I can say includes debug. So my debugging should still be there. And there it is at the bottom there. And then I'm also going to do another include called scripts. These could be a bit more specific to say that there are the live wire bits and pieces. But for now, I think this is fine. Do that, and then debug scripts. Okay. So this stuff still functions. I mean, I'm not sure what scripts would be there. Hold on. I need to get the archive or get a picture. What is this picture of? Nope. No, definitely not that. Yeah, why not this? What is this image even? Okay, so upload there. Something broke horribly, and I don't know what it was. Oof. I mean, it looks like it's doing that because it's got the... It's just the event emitted at the end. What are you doing? No! Dude, I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway. Okay. It's, by the way, a wallet made out of squirrel. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, debug. I have some styles in here I want to get rid of. I think? No. No, it's fine. Okay, so... let's actually flush this and do this from the... Did this not... Does this... What? The flush button doesn't work anymore. Wire click on flush included in a live wire component. Have I bumped up against a bug here? Why is this not flushing at all? It's because this isn't inside a div and I'm not getting any error that's a problem. Okay, I think this is the problem. Yeah, okay. That's probably why the JavaScript portion of this was redirecting as well. Yeah. Okay, so a little thing about what was going on there is that the I removed the container div, and livewire components always need a container div, so it can attach a wire key and sync the contents, or wire ID, and sync the contents of this thing with request, blah 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 blah. Always have a container div in a livewire component view. Okay, but I have these things now in include, so this is a little bit cleaner, and I get to think about just the child components in here, which is cool. Now the container says use the full width, use the height of the screen, and so in here we have the children. But now the children get kind of interesting because first I'll just put their content in directly. I'll just put their content in directly for now, so you can see what this looks like. And then if I go to select type, which is the first screen I will do this with, then I can say this is oh my goodness, components container. Oh, typing under pressure, hey. And then this we can say is the left column. And this will be the right column, and we end these components as well. Okay. Ooh. So this doesn't exactly demonstrate how these differ at the moment, but if we add a class on here like BG Indigo 500, for example, then we can see the space that's in the right hand column that we're doing in select type. It's just a simple space there. Now we need to do some width 100s on these. So I'll do flex width full MD width 1/2 as an example here. I don't know if I need the flex in here. I'll leave it in here for now. Okay, so the only thing sticking out here is the if I go to the wizard, it is that each component has this button section that actually stretches the full width, and the debugging thing, which is underneath that as well. Now I have to think of a way to put this stuff into each component, I think. Which I might have to move into the component itself, unfortunately. Maybe something like this. Oh, and then there we have the problem, because now we need to pass this down, unless we change the type of check that it's doing to use the same logic as what this is doing. Boom, like this, and then when you click that, that button should display, however not displaying. So that's a problem. But now we also don't have, we're also not doing an emit on here. So this component, this select type component, doesn't actually have an on next. What we need to do is listen for on next from here and dispatch it to this one's method. So now we can say that. Still no, still no on next. Well, that's dismal. Okay, so we see this. Oof, sneeze. Okay, I'm fine. So on next should change a bunch of stuff, like this show specifically, which should change the currently rendered step, but it's not doing that. It is emitting an event, which is cool. Like if I look at these headers and the form request data, we should see here fire event payload on select type. So that selects the current type, and then maybe we need to make this child component responsive, which we would do with a customized key. So we can drop this has selected type. I think we can drop that. I don't know. I actually think we should keep it in. Is it used at all in our select type thing? Selected type. It's not actually used in here. But it's not entirely necessary either, I don't think. Let's do this like this for now. We also don't assign this in here, so that's probably why that's not working, if I'm honest with you. That's probably why that's not working, to be honest. I'm going to drop this for now. I don't think we shouldn't actually have these has selected things. They're actually just conveniences for the debugging info, which we've removed a lot of recently. So I'm not actually going to put it in there. I should take it out of this key as well. Selected is not used. Okay, so select type. I renamed this variable. Selected type. Okay, so let me flush again. Select. Now I can go next. Very cool. Oh, it's changed the whole domain. That's not interesting. Okay. So that's actually doing a little bit of work. That's really cool. Let me flush this again. Okay. So now I need to move these. The buttons are, I think, in the... Yeah, the buttons are in there. I need to move the debugging in there as well, which is not fantastic, is it? Because it inherits... I don't really know what to do about that. Maybe, for now, I can make this absolutely positioned. Let's do bottom 0, left 0, and then change this to M16. M16, that's charged. Okay, there we go. So this sits over here now. It does like a kind of a weird... It's kind of weird how that's working, but it's working. So that's cool. I'm pleased to announce I've dropped 0 frames. Apparently the net speed is doing okay. Okay, so that's cool. This is now expanding all the way, and it's responsive, which is super cool. This doesn't go all the way to the end, which is a bit weird. Maybe I should make the background color indigo and this left-hand color white. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So this is... Let me take this out here. So that'll be on here, and then this will have a background color of white. Interesting. Interesting. I also need to give both of these columns a padding bottom of like 32, maybe, or yeah, padding bottom of 32 on medium, and a padding bottom of like 8 on small. So let's do that over there, and let's hide the debugging info on small. So hidden MD flex, which means I can get rid of this here. Okay, so now that should be debugging's gone on mobile, which is fine for now. And it's showing up on desktop where I need it. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. So now I want to make these things sit on either side of this midway point, but not go the full screen out. So what I had just now, which I was working with, is I had an inner div here with class flex col. I had max width auto, I think. Let me have a look at what that thing is. Well, I didn't set that, but I realized I should set that. So max width, none. And then on MD, we set this to like one of these, max width 3XL. And then this does justify end and no, justify start and MD justify end. I think it was justify. Yes. Cool. Similarly, we take these things to the right-hand column. Except here, it's actually both start on both of those, I think. Oh no, but it's in a nested div though. Oh no, it is there, but we do need the nested div. So this is why I wanted to use components, because you can see how repeating this in every wizard step would be just a pain to do. Okay, so that's over there. So let me do it on this one as well. Select type, components left container, we'll do this customize plans over here. This is the right column. Righty. Close the component there. And close the component there. There we go. Okay. So a little bit broken, I think this is because, is this two left columns? Is that what I was seeing there? No, right column. Okay, so MD justify end, we actually take that out for the right hand column. So it's always like that. Remember, we do need to put the next buttons in here. So if I go to show wizard to where this stuff is, I can take this out and I can put it in the customize plans left hand column. There? Is that where it goes? Where did I put it for select type? Yes, I did. It's within this. It's within this thing here. Oh, I need to also put some padding in here. So PR0 and then MD PR8. It's in the left, and in the right hand column it'll be PL for padding left, and then that gets these things a little bit further off here. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. I would have thought this would expand all the way to the full width. Upload files. Yeah, I would expect this to expand to the full width. So weird that it's not doing that, but full. Maybe we need to do that just to ensure that it expands to the full width. There we go. Okay, so it's got its max width, drops to a single column over there. Okay, cool, and our buttons are right there. Very cool. So that's that one. Let's just keep rolling this out for the rest of our things. So customize plans, select provider, like that. We need to close some containers here. Select type is a good template for this. Provider, like that. I should also do a heading component because obviously I reuse these styles a lot. But I think I'll do that. I can do that now actually. Heading. Okay, so let's flash to go back to the start. And then for select type, let's grab this heading style. Oof, there's some markup to get rid of there. And this will be slot. Very cool. It's very quiet in chat today. Oh no. Right, so there's the styling for that. I don't have a font color on this. I think that's okay for the first few places I use it. So let me do it like this. And then end component. We can also take all of this and replace this one padding div, because we've got that taken care of inside left and right column. So this is our heading. Ooh, it doesn't have padding on. It doesn't have. Did I refresh even? It doesn't seem to have padding on medium or on small, which is a bit weird. A little bit weird. Let's do padding left 4 on here and padding right 4 on here. So there it's got a little bit of padding, and then padding top 16, maybe. Okay, that's fine for now. That's fine for now. But here I see, so padding... I'm about to change the div height and padding to the parent element. Listen to the keystrokes. Yeah. Cool. So we can do this over here, this over here. So I don't know about that actually. Maybe 16 and 32. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. You can always adjust as Sean suggests better defaults there. Okay, so let's just have a look at select type again. We've got our heading, our left column, our right column. I might change this to like buttons at some point and have a component for button, but whatever. I don't want to overcomplicate this stuff too much. I'm happy for there to be Tailwind classes in here. Okay, so select type, customize plans. We can do this as a heading. Like that. I'm actually just going to copy that going forward. And here we have a white heading. So I'll say GoPro in here. And then all that I will do here is change this from H1 to a div. Just to keep the... Oh, what broke? That totally broke. What? Left column. I think I need to put a yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. I think it's doing default stretching there. Gross. Oh, gross as well. I need to do back buttons on this. Everything is breaking. Absolutely everything. Customize plans. This must emit an on previous, which I need to listen to. This must emit. The ASMR has gotten me a little hot under the collar. Okay, so GoPro is showing up. Maybe what I need to do here is have an attribute that's passable to this class, this component. Indent this, indent this. If Empty is left. Empty is right. Is dark. Then do text white, otherwise do, no, is light. Because the default we want it to be dark. If it's light, do text gray 900 or text white. Okay, that means by default it'll be gray 900, gray 900, that's correct. And then in here, for the right column, we can say, not wrap this in a text white because that's obviously not working. But here we can say is light true. Whoa, that didn't work. Container. Did I mess it up here? Heading. I did. That's why that's messed up. Okay. So those are all looking okay. Customize plans needs that heading style as well. Oh, yes, it does. I'm just going to change this to add stuff because I don't like the add stuff to this plan text. GoPro add stuff. Cool. It's not the final wording anyway, so yeah. So the right column does actually do flex col, if I'm not mistaken. Flex col. So I could get rid of this extra div here. I don't need it. That's cool. I need to do some changes here because this needs a tab interface, but for now it's okay. Let's go to the next one. So this is the select provider. Gets all of this stuff. Oh, I've already put that in. Cool. Cool. Then I need to get the buttons out of here. That can go in here. What just happened? Cool. And then we need a heading in here. Select provider. A heading to replace this nonsense. Has selected provider. Cool. Has selected provider isn't in here. So I'm going to change it to selected provider. And then I need to change that in the components as well. Select provider. Public mount. I wish we could just do that. Selected provider is null. Okay, so I can still go back. Oh, I don't have that method anymore. I need to change this. I'm gonna forget this every time. Emit on previous. Oh, come on, you can do it. Fair. I could actually do these as includes that let you override the components that let you override that content, but I won't for now. Okay, so that's actually looking okay. That's really cool. That is super cool, and I think it solves our responsive problem that we were having when I was talking to the people on the call. One change that I want to make to this is that all these MDs I want to be LGs, because I don't think it's wide enough on the right hand side. Has a bit of a knock-on effect because does it? Why? Oh, the container doesn't change. Whew. There we go. So weird, that padding right stays there, but the padding left is not there. Left column, padding right, padding left. Oh. Padding X. Let's just see this as 4. I don't see why we need to have separate values for that. Same for this. So now that should, I mean, it could be better, I guess, on a medium screen. We could probably do padding 8. Also, debug info needs to disappear on large. I mean, only appear on large. So make this really small. The moment it wraps, we're kind of using, I think this is actually better for a small screen. And then when it goes to large, then there is sufficient space for this left-hand side. I think that's better there. This upload thing will look different, I promise. There is a much better design for this. If I go to Basecamp, I'll show you. Yeah. So here's this upload thing. Much better. I noticed the padding on this is significant. So maybe we want to do that. Maybe we do padding 4 and then large px16. That might be too big, but we'll see. Oh, not that. That. There we go. And maybe we change the default one to 8 instead. So that's on large. I think that's much better. I think that's better, hey? And then we probably don't want to have a drop zone on small, but I don't want to make that adjustment now. Oh, I think that looks better already. I think that looks better. Okay, so we did provider. Select email behavior. We need to do this on, we don't have a right-hand column, so let's go to select type and copy that template. This was email behavior. That over there, so this stuff all gets indented, and then select providers heading. We need to copy over to here. There we go. On select, and then we have selected email behavior. I need to change this property to, I'm just cranking out these changes, hey? I don't need the workflows. I don't need this or this. Select email behavior. Selected email behavior. We'll do it as American. That's fine. And public available email behaviors. Because these are public, I no longer need to do this mess over here. And this doesn't need to be within that. Come on. Come on. So this should be good. I just need to change this variable that's used in the loop and these variables. Also, I should do not empty this. I've been thinking a lot about these changes while not doing them, so you're forgiven for thinking I'm figuring out a lot of this stuff very quickly. I'm not. Next, there we go. Oh, so good, so good. But these buttons, yeah. So I don't have these buttons on here. I need to get them out of the wizard. This wizard code is getting much cleaner. I like it. I like it. I like it. Emit. I didn't forget this time. I must be improving. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Says that's a variable. Ooh, but we have an error. There we go. Very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. Immediately. Oh, didn't save anything. Oh. Okay, 21 minutes to go, and I've already done a whole bunch of stuff. I am super chuffed. We can go to show wizard, and we can remove a bunch of these variables that are here, because we don't need them. has selected type, has customized plans, has selected provider, has selected email behavior. All of these can go, which makes this very clean, cleaner than it was. I've done the provider screen, which is empty. I probably need to remove some of those things from here as well. Let me format this a little bit. Like that. Email behavior. Select provider. Selected provider. Oh. Selected provider, and then a key, which is made up of that. Because this is all stuff I'm going to have to do anyway, so I may as well key it out now. Okay. So the selected type, and plans, and current plan, and current patch. I'll talk about that stuff a little bit once I've got the layout stuff fixed. Selected provider, selected email behavior. Okay, select theme and show confirmation I still need to fix. But I haven't, maybe I can see selecting. Okay, first I need to fix these named variables. So in the wizard, this selected email behavior actually defaults to null, right? Selected provider. Again, defaults to null. Current plan, current patch, I want to leave those as current plan, current patch, that's fine. Selected type. I'm going to change to that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and prefix all these things while I'm here because I know it's what I want to do. Okay, so let's do all of these. Let's do all of these. I'm actually just going to go top down and prefix as I go. Step. That we don't need has selected type anymore. Oh, but I also want to do this. Select type. We don't need that anymore. Plans, current patch, all of those things are sorted out. Patches, sorted out. Commented stuff I don't need to worry about. I see I'm using double quotes here and I shouldn't be. I should be using single quotes. Did I have any collapsed methods up here? Nope. Selected type, current plan, patches. That stuff's commented out, don't care. Session get uploaded files. We don't actually have this anymore. I need to rework this. So what I'll do is this for now. Needs to rework with the patch system. I'll recap the patch system in a little bit. Okay, but my prefix is gone now. Okay, let's rework this to selected email behavior. We can get rid of that. Selected type, step is fine. Step. Any more collapse things? No. Selected type, step. I think that's fine. Maybe I just want to check this quickly to make sure. There we go. So that's a little bit clearer. Selected type. DD data, not DDC data. Thank you, Jason. That was in uploaded files. Well spotted. Good man. Selected type, plans is fine. Yeah, plans is fine. How am I storing that in session? That is when you select a type, it gets them. My customized plans, does that take... That just takes normal plans, that's fine. Oh, I was thinking of renaming that, but it's fine like it is. Selected provider, selected email behavior, and then these things I don't need yet. I haven't done them or worked them out yet. But okay, so that's a problem. That's in debug. Has selected type, not empty selected type. Not empty selected email behavior. Current plan, current patch. Okay. Now I do think if I go... Oof, I got a message in Slack. Can I drag it over before I leak? No, I leaked! It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Not urgent. So I think if you do share your code and you go next, it takes you to select theme. So I do need to fix that quickly. I don't need to fix the confirmation yet because I don't think you can get to confirmation yet, but I do need to fix this. So select theme like that. Select types right hand column. Oh, no. Okay, and then we need our heading. I promise the design will be sorted. So Jason, it looks like I can actually get the whole thing I was complaining about in our catch-up to work. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then I need to move the buttons in. Show wizard. Let's pull these in. Yeah, this doesn't have a next button, so it'll be fine. Yeah. Wow, this is actually very difficult to keep track of in my head. There's a lot going on. Okay, on previous button emits to on previous. That's cool. For my theme selector, I need to do similarly to what I did with provider, which is... Can I just pull that over? Yeah, I'll just pull that over and change it a little bit. Similarly, I can pull this selected email behavior thing over to theme. There we go, comment on that, and then just change this to theme. Okay, and then I need to default select theme like I've done with select provider. Okay, next. Yay, it's not broken and it's responsive. Super cool. Okay, so let me just talk very briefly about the patches. I did speak about this in the previous stream, but I'll recap now. Each workflow, when you get to this, you pick the kind of sales page you want to make. Each different sales page has a different workflow. So share your code is just upload stuff, make a page for it. You can pick a theme and you can confirm, and then you have your page. Sell your app, you add stuff to it like Git repos and file uploads, and then you pick a payment provider like Stripe or PayPal, and then theme, and then confirmation. Mailing list is like add stuff like repos and uploads, select how people interact with this, like when they get the links, and then theme, confirm. So there are common steps. Theme is there, add stuff is there, but then there are different steps that kind of get wedged in, like all the plans look different for each type, but also like you can talk about email behavior, or you can talk about or you omit steps, and so these are defined in these workflow classes we looked at on stream last week. But now we have default plans, and the idea is show them the plans that we suggest they make and allow them to customize certain things in there. Like if you are in the get subscribers type or get subscribers workflow, these are the suggested plans, and these are the things you can change in each of them. The amount and the currency that's being billed. Not really other things around that. But I don't want to change these default plans. I would rather have that any changes that are applied for this plan are saved as patches to the session. So you can switch between types of page to compare their options without losing data. File uploads, selected repos for the plans you've already done. So that's why instead of remembering at a global level the files I've uploaded or the things I've selected, I'm going to start remembering them in patch objects and applying them in the view to what's here. And then using those patch objects right in confirmation to say, take the default plan, apply this patch onto the plan, make that database record. Okay, now what I was doing with this design reshuffle in these components is that I was looking for a way to implement the tab interface while having this right-hand column stretch all the way to the bottom, and in mobile all the way to the bottom. I think I've achieved the markup required for that. It still looks like this is centered content, so that still adjusts there. But the difference is that, okay, so their individual widths also adjust and they're also responsive, but there's a max width that they stick to. And the left-hand side is the whole left-hand side, and the content is just like this area here. On the right-hand side, the content is just this area here. So what I want to do now is figure out how I can get the tabbed interface to look like this, where there's one background color and then a lighter background color on top of that. And so I think for that, I'm going to have to say, usually, use the darker background color. So in my components, go slightly darker here. It's not, look, it's not on brand colors either. I need to adjust that stuff. But for now, use slightly darker colors there. And then when I have tabs, use a lighter color underneath those tabs. So to do that, I'll have to go customize plans, the view, please, customize plans. And I'll have to do a tab interface here. So, okay, for a start, in Show Wizard, I have like 8 minutes to try and achieve some semblance of this. Okay, current plan section goes like this. Select plan, on selected plan section just takes a string section, and then this puts to something like this, current plan section. This just puts the section string in here. Oh, I'm racing against the clock. Racing against the clock. Okay, and then this section defaults to GitHub. Current plan section. Okay, and then this is on selected plan section, which I need to do on selected plan section, just forwards it to this method. And then I need to emit events based on tabs that I have in this customized plan view. Oh, will I do it? Will I do it? Will I do it? I think I'm also racing load shedding in 6 minutes. So the stream might cut out on the hour. If it does, sorry about that. But yeah, that's them's the breaks. Div button div. I'll just do div like this. Button, I will style these at a different time. GitHub. I do need to do some stuff over here because I got to figure out whether this is selected or not, and then wire click. This is emit on selected plan section GitHub, and this wire click should probably not apply if you're on this button at the moment, but I'll figure that mess out in a little bit. Bitbucket, let's do proper capitalization of GitHub, uploads, and settings. Okay, and then we need to pass selected plan section into here. Current plan section, and make that part of the key because it's another thing that could make this responsive. And then we need to accept this in customize plans over here. Woohoo! Current plan section will make this nullable because it's the last in a chain, and it might be null. Who knows? Current plan section, and then inside this view, getting down to the wire. Customize plans. It's being passed in here, and so here we can say let's do this in order of when it will be visible or not. At if current plan section is, let's do triple equals, and you are blocked, bastard, is GitHub, and if GitHub Bitbucket uploads. Ooh, there's a bit of inconsistency there. And the last one is settings. Okay. Oh, it broke! Current plan section. That's not being passed. Okay, because we remember that in session, but we're not loading it in here. Current plan section. We totally are. Oh, we're not passing it in here. Whee! Like that. There we go. Okay, Bitbucket, GitHub, nothing. Shit. What? Bitbucket. We have the request. Show wizard. Okay. On selected plan section. Is that the event name that I've used? Ooh, I have too many tabs open. I don't know which one to pick. On selected plan section. Oh, they're all. Lol. Bitbucket. Uploads. Settings. Oh, yes! Okay, cool. Now, this margin is going to get in my way because I'll tell you why. I can do another div on here. Oh, I just realized the shortcoming of this. Class height full. Oh, actually height auto. LG height full. BG indigo 500 was the lighter color. 2 minutes. Okay. Now my bottom padding is, all the padding is getting in the way. This bottom padding, this padding on the right will be getting in the way as well. But that is it, right? Yeah. Okay. If I do a let's do this, where we can customize this padding in here. So something like if not empty custom padding classes. Let's do it like this instead. If not empty classes do that. I'll actually just change this to padding, because then it's very clear what this is supposed to be for, and I'll stick this over here, get rid of that. Okay, cool. So I'll do that over there, and I'll do it on the left-hand column just to be consistent about this, so like that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Ooh, okay, no padding. If empty, no padding. Then do that. Else, yeah, and if. Okay, that's actually a much better way of doing this, because then I can just toggle this on with a boolean. Similarly, I need to do it over here. Let's hope load shedding doesn't kick in, because I don't know if I'm going to be there in time. Do it. Okay. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh. Am I saving files? I've got to save every file, every change. Come on, save. Save. No, save. Tab, save. I can't. Okay. There's padding in here. Okay, like that. Okay. This means that we can go to customize plans on this right-hand side where we're doing right column, and we can say, no, padding is true. Okay, but we've got this with, oh. Okay, we can work around that. Okay, full is true. Full, expand is true. I've changed this again. So it's not no padding, it's expand. Okay, and then this would say if it's empty, put this max with stuff in here. Okay, we're at the end of the hour. I just want to fix up the styling a little bit so that I'm happy with this. Now, these are the things that we've kicked out, so we need to add these back into customize plans. So what we can do is a div on here. If the stream cuts out, I'm so sorry for whoever I'm not going to be hosting, because I won't have internet access. So like that. So that gives us our vertical padding. It does, however, not give us H full. It does, however, not give us flex col. There we go. Okay. This actually needs to go in here. Right? No, in here. No. I don't actually know where this needs to go. I need to think a little bit more about it. This is what we want, though. This is totally what we want. That's not so good. That tab interface is not so good. I don't really know what to do about that. Maybe we leave this on the lighter background color, and that's not a bad idea. We leave this on the lighter background color, and instead of changing this thing's background color, we change the top thing's background color. That makes a lot more sense, because that's a predictable height, right? So we make this darker. BG indigo 600. Ah! Well, there we go. What? Oh yeah, that's just the upload thing, that's fine. But that gives us this darker background color, and then this lighter background color, which is the tab that you're on, expands the full width. What was there in the design for... Oh, okay, so there's like a bottom border on these. I can style that in quickly. Border be like 4. And then this is border indigo and the darker background color. And then if selected plan is, we start doing these conditionals here. And if are we going a bit over? It's fine, right? You're fine with this, right? You're probably fine with this. Whoever's still here is probably fine with this. Unless you want me to bugger off, then that's a little bit of a problem. Oh, I keep on refreshing that page. Okay, so I don't know if border B4 is actually a thing. Let me have a look. Border width. Let's do 8. Border 8. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Not border 8, actually. It must be border B. Border B8. Because it's just on the bottom. Look, okay. I did it in time, okay? It's fine. It's fine. I did it in time. It's totally fine. Except this now. This is not... So, border B8, border indigo 600. Does this actually need to be 500? No, so 500 is what it needs to... Oh, it's overriding there. CSS specificity, hey? Butts. Okay, so darker if it's not selected, lighter if it is selected. Beautiful. Bitbuckets, uploads. You see, I'm intent on getting this right because we spent so much time in the catch-up talking about this stupid problem. So I'm intent on getting it right. Bitbucket, uploads, settings. Yatta. Great! A little bit more styling to do here. This keeps on scrolling down every time I hit refresh. Not to worry. Also, this border probably needs to be a lot more, but there's no setting for that. We can do padding bottom for padding X for padding bottom 6. That's too much. That is way too much. So padding bottom 6 changes. You see, I never use this. I know I can just select all 4 of these instances without any effort at all. Okay, also this, it's not actually, so padding is this, but this is actually margin X. Yeah. And then these are white and bold. I'll try semi-bold first. I prefer semi-bold. Yeah, not the worst. Okay, I don't have icons to put in here yet, so that kind of needs to be sorted out. The heading needs some margin. So I'd say, what is the margin that we have on the right column here? I'd say like this. So that's vertical. So padding, okay, to start with, padding top 16. Oh, does that actually change? No, it's just the padding bottom that changes. Okay, fine. Padding top 16, I need to copy this over here and end this div as well. Because the GoPro stuff will have to... I don't really remember what the GoPro stuff is supposed to look like. What does this look like? So it's just all on the same background color. So we might do H screen for this, for GoPro. Yeah. Cool, and then we need the horizontal padding that goes over here. So that is this. We can put this in the... Oh, let's actually just take all of this stuff in there. So custom plans. We can put this in here actually. Oof, except for the max width stuff. That does... Oh, but the background color, yeah, I don't really think that's necessary. We do need to do the max width stuff for the inner sections though. The stuff down here. So I've already done that, but I can do just the max width classes in here. I've already done that padding in there, I think. Padding X, yeah. Oh, no. that though. Oh, it's a different div. Oh, it's a different div. Okay, I'll just put all the stuff in there. Oof, the music is making this intense as well, hey? Shoo! Okay, we do need a little bit of a little bit more padding on this though. What was the idea here? So it looks like the same sort of padding here as what we have on the whole right hand column, which is this vertical padding here. So let me do that. That's sort of the last bit of stuff that goes on here. Bow. Bow, 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 bow. This does need to change. So like PY8LG32. Oh, that doesn't deal with padding bottom though. That's the only other thing. So PY8, PY16, PB16. Just so that there's enough to scroll there. Very cool. If I bring this up and I collapse it to mobile size, bring this way up, then I should see. No, that's not good. That's not good. Something's wrong with the styling. Is there like a min height screen that I can do on this? I think that's what I actually want to do. Not just normal height screen, but min height screen. There is. Tailwind is the boss. Okay, so that should give us the same view here, but when we go small, yes! Oh, I'm so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with this because this is the one thing that we were like that I was moaning about in our catch up earlier. Perfect. Okay, that's it. That's where I'm going to call it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting in chat, Jason. And I am going to be streaming tomorrow again, same time as I started today. I haven't decided on a topic. Good chance it could be Gitstore. You never know unless you arrive. Let me see who I can host.